Good morning, children. Welcome back with the next session of this class. So, the last class, what we were discussing is from the lesson Money and Banking. So, the lesson was Money and Banking. So, children, in the last previous class, we have discussed clearly only about what money is. Okay, so when the money has not come into the market, what were the systems that were followed in the market? So, what were the problems they had before the money has come into the market? The problem of trustworthy, then the problem of using different metals, then the problem of if the barter system, where the problem was clear till the barter system was there, but when goods with the goods, when it was exchanged, whether the other person is really in need of that particular product or not. Where, for example, a farmer is providing rice, in return he is expecting meat. So quantity of rice, how much quantity of meat has to be given, whether it has to be cut and sold from the live animal or not. So that kind of problems has risen up when there was no money. So finally, when the money has come, so the scenario in the market has entirely changed. That means the way the way we look into the market has entirely changed. Now products were exchanged with the money. Now money is acting as a mediator between the buyer and the seller. So having a good relation with the having a good kind of relation between the buyer and the seller is only because of the money, which is acting intermediary in between. Okay, so now in this class we are going to discuss about the banking activities that actually happens inside the bank. So what actually happens inside the bank, we are going to discuss now. So what banking is? In the day to day life, we see our parents or our elderly persons in our home, usually they approach to the bank at least once in a month, or at least like once or twice in a month, depending on their requirements. Now even we have a little knowledge of what happens in a bank. So bank is a place where different customers invest their deposit their money, or sometimes people approach to borrow some money. Okay, so what kind of deposits or what kind of borrowings they made, we shall learn in this class in detail. Okay, so the first thing that usually customers go into the bank for, the main purpose is to deposit. The first main purpose customers, different customers go is for depositing. Okay, deposit is the first main thing the banks provide. So this is the first service the banks provide. So we have different types of deposits. So what actually happens in deposit? We, being a customer, we will be putting our money into the bank. Now when we go and put our money into the bank, the first and foremost formalities what the bank does is they give us they give us a small paper where we have to fill our information, where we have to fill the information. That means our personal details there, the name, our address, what business we do or what job we are doing. Okay, so what we are going to invest, I mean what we are going to deposit our money, uh, like, um, like what kind of deposit it is. So if all these things, we have to mention all these things into the bank, into the information paper there. So once it is deposited, the banks starts their processing work now. So once the all the applications, all the paper is all filled, now banks process start there. Okay, the process of net banking, credit card, ATMs, debit cards, all of these process starts with the banks once the customer fills the information sheet there. Now the bank has to provide a first book, that is known as the passbook. The first book what a bank provide for every account is known as passbook. Passbook is a book where whenever a customer approaches or whenever the bank is doing any kind of a service to us, everything will be mentioned in an horizontal bars, or like horizontal way. It will be all noting down. So all these whatever they note down is known as transaction. Okay, the word it is known as transaction. Transactions. Transactions. Okay, paying the money or withdrawing the money, or anytime bank providing us any kind of extra interest for the amount we have paid in the bank, we have deposited in the bank. So for all this taking and giving and all these services are being done, no, all these actions are happening, no. So all these actions are known as transactions, which are written in the passbook. Okay, coming back to the deposits again. Now deposits are of fixed deposits, recurring deposits, savings deposits. Okay, now here savings deposits, you and I, we all know with the name itself it is clear that savings. So we are saving our own money into the bank for some time. Okay, now we are saving our money into the bank for some time. Now here, whenever we save money in the savings bank account, what happens is we have to invest, like we have to deposit a money of some 10,000, like there should be a minimum of 500 rupees. That means every bank has their own minimum balance that has to be maintained. Okay, for example, if it is a State Bank of India, so where it is, maybe for example its minimum balance to open an account maybe of some 500 rupees. Okay, where its minimum account has to be 500 rupees or maybe some 1000 rupees. So below that, if your account is having less than this money, then your account has to be getting some like some minus value, some minus points or something like that. Okay, so every time when we open an account, they should be of minimum balance every time. So first and foremost thing, we have to deposit some balance to open an account. So once the account is all opened, so what happens in saving bank is we will deposit our money, so we can withdraw our money. What is withdrawing? We can borrow our money back. That means we can take back our money from our accounts. So whenever we go to deposit our money, so what, for example, my account is all set now, my account is all prepared, I'm a regular customer to the State Bank of India since 5 years. Now I'm going to the bank to deposit a money of 20,000 rupees. So what I have to do is, they will be giving me a pay slip. They will be giving me a pay slip where I have to write the date, whereas my bank account number, my name, the money, that means the amount, as well as inwards I have to write there. Okay, as well as with my signature, and the denomination. Now denomination means how many hundreds I am depositing, how many like 500s I am depositing, or how many like 1000 notes, if 2000 notes if it is there, how many I am depositing, this how many like there, no, that is known as denomination. So I have to fill all these details and I have to mark a signature over in the bottom of the pay slip there. So I will be just filling the details, handing over the cash to the person who is sitting in the counter over there. So once I pay everything to the person there, so he will be noting down in his system. Okay, so after noting down, a small slip will be given given to the customer, as well as it will be all written as the name of a transaction, that so and so Mrs. Payal has deposited rupees of 20,000 in the State Bank of India on so and so date, will be written in a printed way in the like available printer is always there. So they'll just put the passbook into the machine and it will be all printed. Then that printer, that whatever they print, that is known as transaction. Okay, so this is how it happens. Now next after a few months, I go there for withdrawing my money. Withdrawing, like I am in need of my money now. So earlier I have deposited some 20,000 of rupees. Now till date my balance is some 25,000. Now I am in a need of money and I want to withdraw some 5,000 or 10,000 from my account. So I went to the bank. Now in the same way, like how I have deposited, how I have taken a slip to deposit my money, now to withdraw my money also I need a slip there. Now they will also provide a slip to withdraw the money from my account. So withdrawal form, that is known as withdrawal form. Okay, in that withdrawal form, same whatever the information I have to mention, I will be writing there the date, as well as my name, as well as the signature. Particular signature has to be mentioned. That means whatever signature, whatever you like, you cannot do that. Whatever the signature what you have mentioned in the beginning to open an account, same signature has to be done again in the slip there, on the slip there. Now it's all done. Okay, I'll just submit my passbook along with that slip to the person who is sitting in the counter over there. I'll just collect the cash, and there also I'll get an option of denomination. That means in how many turns, I mean how many denomination I want for example 10,000 I'm going to withdraw from the bank. Now I want 10,000 into either thousands or 2,000s. I'll write their number, like these many notes I want from you now. So I have to just fill everything in that in that slip withdrawal form, and I'll get the money back. So there will be minimum of withdrawal options available for the savings bank account. Okay, there are like every year you can save, deposit your money as well as withdraw the money number of times, but not more than not exceeding some 50 or 60. Like every time we cannot do that thing. Okay, usually people who have savings account will not do that thing. Whenever we open an account, so they provide us with a like debit card, and they provide us with some checkbooks and all. Okay, so what is debit card, what is a checkbook, we'll all discuss in further now. Okay, so now we have discussed about savings account. Now we are going to discuss about basic savings account, basic saving deposit account. Okay, now this basic saving deposit account, this can be opened by anyone. Okay, this account can be deposited by, that can be opened by anyone. Person who has attained an age of 10 can also open this account. Now, no people, uh, they should be of minimum balance, and they should not exceed a balance, and everything is there. Number of withdrawals is also less in this account. That means number of times they cannot come and withdraw. Okay, but they can deposit their amount. Okay, so every time we deposit our money into the bank will give us some interest, some amount of interest. For example, I am depositing my 10,000 rupees into the bank. Now the banks, every month they will give some 2% of interest to me. So there comes some 200 rupees. Okay, 200 rupees. Now by the end of the month I will be having 200 of interest. It will be also written in the passbook. So that is also known as transaction. It will be on written in the passbook there, that so and so on the date this amount was credited in your account. Okay, so what is credit and debit also I'll tell you. Okay, so and so amount is credited in your account as a name of interest from the bank. Okay, so the interest is also given by the bank when it is a saving account. Now we'll talk about fixed deposit. Fixed deposit. Okay, the name itself is said that fixed, it is fixed for some time. Now you might have heard this in your family for many a times. Yeah, we'll put an FD, we'll take off an FD. What is an FD? FD every time. FD is nothing but fixed deposit. FD is nothing but fixed deposit. That means for a fixed period of time, they have to, that means the customer has to deposit their money into the bank. The customer has to deposit their money into the bank. For example, a customer is depositing some 1 lakh rupee into the bank for the 5 years. For 5 years. Now for these long 5 years, he has to maintain his, that means he has to keep his deposit into the bank. He can add more income, that more deposit he can put into the bank, but he cannot withdraw from the bank. Or once a customer puts his money into the bank in the fixed account, he need not to see back till the stipulated time period. For example, I have invested 1 lakh rupee into the bank for 5 years. I should not go back to withdraw my money for 5 years. Now, for these long 5 years, the bank is going to pay a lot of interest to me. The bank is going to pay a lot of interest to me. Among all the deposits, fixed deposit is the only deposit which pays more of interest to the customers. Fixed deposit is the only deposit which pays more interest to the customers now. Now, I am in a need of money. If I go to the bank and if I withdraw the money from the bank before 5 years, so I will not get entire amount, but I will not get the interest rate of interest also. For example, if I have invested 1 lakh, if I put that 1 lakh for 5 years into the bank, after 5 years it may be some 1,50,000, for example. Okay, but in the same way, before 5 years, if I take out from the bank, maybe the bank will provide me some 1,30,000 or 35,000. So I'll be losing some 10 to 15,000 here and there. So that is the reason why fixed deposit is said it has to be fixed for a period of for some years. Okay, it need not to be touched. Okay, this is all about fixed deposit. Now recurring deposit, recurring, that means always happening. Okay, so recurring deposits, here what happens is, people who are businessmen or who are shopkeepers, or usually the industrialists, okay, people who have their own industries, factories and all. So what they do is, every day they have so many customers coming to their shops. For example, if it is a business, okay, if it is a cloth showroom or something, if it is a you can say, if it is a dress, like something, a sari shop or a dress shop, every customer goes there, okay, buy some dresses or saris or whatever, shirts, pants, whatever they do, they buy from the shop. So every day the shop earns so much of income, so much of profit. So what do they do? By the end of the day, what they have to do is, they will deposit all this money into the bank, now. So it is said that in the recurring deposits, customer customer has no limitations of depositing the money or withdrawing the money. Customer has no limitations of withdrawing money or depositing money. So anytime he can go and deposit the money, as well as anytime he can withdraw the money from the bank, because to run his business, day to day running of his business, he need cash. But by the end of the day, when he earns the money, he can put this money into the bank back. Okay, so this is what happens in recurring deposits. Now, as I told about the credit and debit, okay, so what it is said that debit means what we lose. That means being a customer, if I am a customer to the State Bank of India, my amount is debited from the account. My 2000 rupees is debited from my account. Debited means I have lost the amount. Debited means I have lost the amount. Now, so and so Mrs. Payal, your account has been credited of some 500 rupees. Now, credited means I am getting, as a customer, I am getting the amount into my account. So this is known as credit. Okay, debit means which I lose from my account. Credit means which I am getting from my getting into my account. So this is the difference. Now when we spoke about different kind of deposits, so whenever we deposit, we go and deposit into the bank provides us the facilities of ATMs, facilities of checks, facilities of ATMs, facilities of checks. Now here, ATM is also known as debit card. Okay, ATM is also known as debit card. So it is written on the card. So just to have a look into your parents' debit card, that it will be written that ATM cum debit card. ATM cum cum debit card, it will be written on the card there. Okay, that means ATM card can also be known as debit card. Now, so all these cards are provided by the bank. So what happens whenever you have an amount in your account? For example, I have 20,000 in my account now in my State Bank of India. So what I'll do, I have provided with an ATM card there. So whenever I go for a shopping or whenever I go out for making any payment, I can just swipe my card. You have seen in the movies and all, people swiping, or you might have seen in some malls and all, people give away their cards to swipe up their card. Okay, so there will be a machine, like they just swipe up and they can take the amount from the account. Okay, and all these are happening into a through this systems and all. Okay, so once the amount is cut into from my account, it will also deducted from my account, and from where I have purchased or whatever transactions I am doing, it will be all written over there that so and so Mrs. Payal has bought so and so thing, and the bill is of some 5,000 will be cut from my account. Okay, so in my transaction in the passbook, what will be written next time when I go to the bank on my passbook, it will be written that Mrs. Payal has not every time Mrs. Payal, they will not write, they will just write amount credited on so and so date of rupees 5,000. That's all. So this is what the debit card does. This is what the debit card does. Okay, debit or ATM card. Now whenever we go to the ATM machines, so what we have to do is, if we have an ATM card, we can go to the ATM machine, put our card into that. So every ATM card has a chip, a golden chip right of the card there. Okay, so there will be an ATM chip, like one small SIM card type chip will be there. So we have to insert the golden side of the chip into the ATM machine. So when we just insert it, we have to take it in like 1 or 2 minutes or something. We just have 1 minute or something. We have to just take back our card. So information will be written on the screen of the ATM machine that welcome to the ATM and all, and our name will be written down. So they will be asking us what you are going, like whether you are withdrawing the amount or what you are going to check your balance or what. So if I am typing there, say I am going to withdraw the money, so I have to press the option there, withdraw. So they will be asking how much, so I have to type how much there. Okay, after typing, they will be asked me from where you are going to withdraw your amount, savings amount or recurring or current deposit or what your. I will be pressing the button there, savings. After that, they will ask me to type my pin. Now this is very important. Do not share your pin with anyone unless he or she is your family or is your own person. Please do not share your ATM passwords. Okay, so what happens is, we have to provide our, so they will be we have to type our password in the system there. See that no other person is observing you when you're typing the password over there. Okay, so this is how you have to use the ATM machine. So just to type the password, wait for a second, the amount will just come. You have to collect the amount, as well as a small bill is also going to come in from the machine. That means how much remaining balance you are having in your account is also going to come in a receipt over there. So this is how you are going to use an ATM machine. Now we are going to talk about checks now. Check, we have seen different, all the time, many of times we have seen that people signing on the check, people signing on the check and giving. Now what is a check? When I am a customer to the bank of State Bank of India, so I will be provided with a checkbook. Now on my checkbook, on the front page of the checkbook, my name, my account number is all written. On the second page of the checkbook, how much amount in words as well as how much amount in numbers will be written there, as well as a date column is also written there. So I have to fill every column there and I have to sign. And to whom am I giving the check to? To whom am I giving the check to? Have to be mentioned, and the check has to be given to the person. Okay, so once I fill all these details and I've signed the check, I'll be handing over the check to the so and so person. For example, I have given a check to my friend. So I have given to him that I have to pay him some 10,000 rupees. So I have written a check, so I have of 10,000 rupees, and I'll give him. So what he will do is, he can go to the same bank. For example, my amount is in State Bank of India. He can go to the State Bank of Rajahmundry, or maybe of any branch anywhere in India. He can go either in Rajahmundry, in any branch in Rajahmundry, or else he can go to any bank, any city of State Bank, or he can also approach to any other bank also with the same check. Now once he takes the check to the bank, he has to fill application which will be given by the bank. So he has to fill the application. That means so and so person is giving me amount. That means Mrs. Payal is giving me an amount of 10,000 on so and so date. Everything will be mentioned there, and he has to staple the check along with the application, and he has to drop that check along with the application into a box. So there will be a box mentioned, there will be a box placed in the bank where we have to drop our check. That means like how we put the letters into the post box, in the same way, along with the application as well as the check is been stapled, we have to fold it and put it into the box inside that. Okay, so after some days, the person to whom, that means my friend, will get 5,000 of amount in cash in his account. Okay, in cash in his account, and from my account it will be cut from my account. So this is how my account will be credited. That means I have lost the amount, and his account will be debited. He is getting the amount. So this is what the process of check system happens in the bank. Now one more point is bouncing of check. Bouncing of check, please understand, bouncing of check. What happens? For example, I do not have 5,000 also in my bank, but I have written the amount of 10,000, please take it from my bank, and I have just signed and given the check to my friend. So he'll approach to the bank. First he will check my details. Do I have the money or not? My balance is 5,000 rupees there, but I have written a check of 10,000. So when I don't have the balance what I have written there, that means I have only 5,000 in my account, but I am telling the bank to give away 10,000. So I don't have the remaining 5,000 there. So this is what known as check bounce. Okay, the person to whom I am giving, he has to go to the bank. So he has to check whether he'll be giving this check to my to the bank person there, and he'll check my account whether I have the money in that or not. So if I don't have the money in my sufficient money, how much I have signed there, if it is not there, that is known as check bounce. That is known as check bounce. Now my friend, he can approach the court to file a case against me. Okay, first there will be a notice from the bank that so and so check you have signed. So the bank persons will come and just verify again. If I accept, yes, it is my mistake, then it is okay. If I don't accept, or if I just like if I don't give any kind of response, the person to whom I have given a check will approach a court also for check bounce. Okay, this is what happens in the check bounce. Now when you use we'll be talking about internet banking now. Okay, so what internet banking is? You and I sitting at home in this lockdown period. Okay, during this pandemic situations, we are sitting at home and we cannot buy whatever we want. So what we are doing is, we are just just checking all the social networking sites. So whenever we see like not social work, all these websites from where we can do shopping, like Amazon, Flipkart, whatever we have, no, shop clues or whatever we have. So we just, whenever we are free, we just swipe, just checking every detail, like every product we check, no. So to buy, like even for your foods or the Zomato, Swiggy, and for all this, okay, we just have, we just book from the phone, no. So this is what called internet banking. So whenever we pay from our phones or system to some other person, that means the transaction is happening from a person to the person from systems, that is known as internet banking. With the help of internet services, this is what I am doing, this is known as internet banking. So when I do internet banking, first thing, I have to have a ATM card or debit card, you can say. Okay, so whenever I'm making a purchase, for example in Amazon, I have seen a beautiful sari which is of some 2000 rupees. Now I am placing an order into Amazon now for 2000 rupees now. So everything I have purchased, now they are asking me to fill the details, that how you are paying. I'll type the debit card. Now they will be they'll ask me like debit card, what is the what is that, what is the OTP. Okay, what is the OTP. So whenever I fill my details, and number will come to my registered mobile number. So this service of internet banking is also provided from my bank to me. Now every time I use this debit card for internet banking purpose, every time, so they will an OTP comes to my registered mobile number. So OTP means, sorry, I forgot. So this is an OTP is a number where we have to type this. Okay, we should not like a password, we cannot tell that. Okay, so this is okay. OTP is one time password. I forgotten. OTP is one time password, it comes only once. Okay, so what happens, we have to type our password there, which comes to our registered mobile number. So whenever we open a bank account, we have to provide our mobile number also there. So whenever we give our mobile number, this one time password or OTP comes to the registered mobile number to our accounts now. Okay, so after coming, we have to type there. So whenever we are doing shopping, that time only it will come, generate OTP. So OTP of some 4-digit number will come, we have to type there, and from there proceed to buy. So over. So the details will also ask about ATM card is there now. So they will ask what is the CVV number. CVV number. So this CVV number, if you take a debit card, you will see behind a card, into a small 3-letter word, the 3-digit number is there. Some 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, 3-digit number is there. We have to type our number there in the purchase order there. Okay, we have to write whatever name is there in our credit debit card. Okay, what is the OTP as well as CVV, our date of birth, every other thing they will ask in the details there. Okay, so all these are available in the card itself. Okay, we just have to check and we have to type it over there. So just place an order over. So after some days my order will come and I'll receive the order without giving any money, any hard liquid cash to the person there. Okay, that means I did not give any cash. Directly from my bank, my amount will be credited from my account. Okay, I mean sorry, debited from my account. Okay, that means my amount will be cut from my account to the person, from like to the company to where I am buying. Now I am dealing with the Amazon now. So the Amazon company is going to get the amount from my bank directly to them. So this is what happens in the bank. So usually people in the present days, without going out anywhere, for every small single thing, right from the groceries to buying to the heavy furnitures, every single thing people do sitting at home, using the internet services, using their mobile phones and the system, laptops, computers, everything. For railways, for booking a tickets for the flights, okay, for booking seats for your movies, every single thing, even to buy a simple grocery things, even for snacks, every single thing, for the Zomato, Swiggy, for even snacks or tiffin, breakfast or whatever we eat, whatever, it's all internet banking now. Okay, so cashless banking is the safest banking now in present days. So this was all about the class money and banking. Okay, so in this lesson we have discussed about the deposits, we have discussed about the types of deposits, we have discussed about this ATM machines, we have discussed about this internet banking as well as the check systems. Okay, I hope you have all understood the lesson. And so for any more doubts and queries, please ask us immediately, and the question and answers will be sent soon. I hope you have all understood the lesson, and I want you people to write these lessons, these question and answers from these lessons in your own words. Okay, you need not have to by heart these answers. It's all just understand the lesson and write it. Okay, and all the questions are will be easy, so you need not have to worry about this lesson, so how many questions are going to come. Okay, so we'll meet up again in the next upcoming class. Till then, bye children, thank you, have a nice day.